I finally decided that for partly personal reasons and partly the fact that I've been an entrepreneur at heart all my life, and I've got at least one more chapter in business that I wanted to pursue, and I decided that this was the time to do it.
Well, you're trained as a forester. Are you going to go back to that business?
I'm going to be working in forestry and wood products. Yeah. In this environment, the environment we're in today, being in the minority is an especially difficult thing to do. Because, again, I've been here 6 years. I don't have a 30-year institutional memory like many legislators who are leaving. But it's hard to imagine that the environment could be more partisan than it is right now. And so as a member of the minority, your ability to advance policies and legislation is extremely limited. I'm proud that we've been able to get a few things done, but quite honestly, for the $55 million or so that we spend, taxpayers spend funding a legislature to operate, if everybody's just going to come in and vote the party line, sometimes you have to wonder, why we're doing it. And I've been proud to be part of a state that has placed environmental protection at sort of at the top of the list of things that are our priorities. And I think we've done that for a long time in Wisconsin because conservatives and progressives, liberals, whatever you want to call them, all generally shared an understanding that protecting the environment was good for business. And unfortunately, that understanding has been eroded, or in some cases, it's been lost. And as we've moved down a road of deregulation, of allowing polluters and intensive industries that have a huge effect on our environment to operate with minimal oversight and regulation, I am deeply concerned that we will be paying a price for that change. That essentially, our environment and our regulations are for sale to the highest bidder. And I choose those words carefully, but I think that given the circumstances of a single out-of-state mining company that came in here and essentially whistled a tune that this legislature danced to for about 3 years, I think it's appropriate. They wrote themselves a custom law to allow them to do what they want. And if that mine is built under these regulations, I'm deeply concerned about what the effect would be on that entire ecoregion up there. The legacy of Act 10 3 years later, unfortunately, and of course it applies in so many sectors of Wisconsin, but I think it's a state that's still more divided than it ever was. I think it's a state where the public value that's placed on education, as an example, has been reduced, it's been denigrated. We've talked to school administrators and teachers and school leaders around the state who have said that it's harder than ever to attract good teachers. And teachers will tell us the pride in the profession has gone away. There are teachers who are embarrassed to tell their neighbors or friends of theirs in the community that they're a teacher. And that's part of the legacy of Act 10, and I think that's a shame.